Hey everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are back with some more Dungeons and Dragons with the Shifting City. We're gonna jump pretty much right into our recap and then right into it because we got a lot to do today, and unfortunately we do not have a ton of time to do it. So, last time a lot happened. We went further down into the dungeon. We fought some nasty bog zombies of some sort. We were ambushed by a dragon, which nearly killed a couple of us, but it did not kill a couple of us. As we were running away from it, which probably would have resulted in one of our deaths, Rick had a change of heart and instead of running decided to attack it and dealt 2 criticals in the same attack, and well, they were, big criticals. Managed to kill it just barely with 4 HP left, I believe.
I think it might have been like 2, but I was gonna hit it and then run away.
And then run away. Sure, I gotcha. I can certainly understand that. So we decided we needed a little bit of a break, a little bit of a rest for obvious reasons, considering our main tanky boy was at, single-digit HPs.
No tank.
Janian, did you make it to single digits?
Yeah. Oh, no. I had 12.
Okay. So we came back up. We had a conversation with the hags in how to integrate Guts into the Coven. Long story short, she has to kill someone. And then, with the help of the hags, fashion what is affectionately known as a soul bag from their corpse. And then she has to kill someone else and sort of harvest their souls. It's going to take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, so that's sort of been put on the back burner for now. And then the very exciting thing happened. Guts was woken up in the middle of the night by the hags. Something large, something mean, something big and something bad was coming. They woke up the rest of the party. The party booked it out of town. They have retreated it to a fairly safe distance, and we are using the scrying mirror, and we have seen, well, something big and scary moving towards the village. This is presumably the things that they were referring to as their god, and in its clutches happened to be some of the members of our expedition, namely most of the ones that we had left behind. Skarg, Kif, Kives, and Coin were each held in one of its big, noodly, tentacly tentacles.
I blame Skarg for everything.
It's probably his fault.
Well, as the newcomer
Really,
in the
it's
group,
Clive's fault.
I do have a question. If those individuals tend to get eaten, does our share of the profits increase?
Oh, we don't
No.
have profits if that happens. I mean, if we don't save
And
the rat
we
folks,
owe them more.
we probably shouldn't show back up to the city.
Hey guys, I started a new swamp campaign.
Basically.
Hmm.
But
I think our debt would just increase substantially.
No
we've
doubt.
got key rat house members. Don't forget. Like, yeah.
No,
I'm
Grim,
just
when I
saying.
They wouldn't have given us anyone that important.
I'm just saying, if you get Don Corleone's son killed, you kind of fucked, aren't you?
Question, Adrian?
Yeah, when I was looking through the scrying mirror, how fucked up did they look?
They were pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
They're also were rats, though, so if they're not dead, they're fine.
They're not all were rats.
Yeah, but Coin's a dick.
Not yet.
but he's an expensive one.
Which is worse.
And he uses this shell, which is even double worse.
So how should we approach this?
First, Arcana checks, yay.
Well, sadly, well, not really sadly, but people are probably gonna hate him for it. But Jenny and seeing them basically just start beelining.
What do I know about fog humans with the 25?
You know they are strange. You know they are big, typically ambush predators who do not move around a ton.
I still don't comprehend how something the size of a house can be hidden easily.
Well, they typically hide underwater. They're like ambush predators from there. They sit in sort of large lakes, and with just their eye stalks, because they have eye stalks, poking out. When they see something that comes close, they lash out at it with their tentacles, drag food to their rumbly, hungry tummies. Typically, they do not have what you would call intelligence at all, although if you will recall, you heard the chieftain referring to their god as most definitely having intelligence. It was not the chieftain, as a matter of fact. It was the Bullywug shaman who you met, excuse me. Whose name I believe was Gorup.
Grow up the grow up.
So what are other people doing?
Other people, as in, because at this point you are distant
the
from
rest
it.
of-
Like, it's not in an area where you can see. It's more or less at the village, and you've gone, about half a mile or so from the village.
Jenny's beeline back towards the village.
Yeah. I'll get on the little dragon I can fly.
Well, considering most combats usually take less than a minute.
Alright. Isn't that so weird? It takes like a minute at most in game time, but in real life time it's like 5 hours.
Stretch it out.
Well, we can go ahead and let's run.
Sprint towards our deaths.
Yay.
Alright, so let me... This is the kids' glove are off encounter. As I mentioned to you before, I'm not afraid to kill you all if you do something silly. I am not going to help you all through this encounter, other than my saying right now, take your time with this. You gotta think things through. You gotta, is it worth it to do it? Yada yada yada. So
Slaps
I'm
towards
just
What is
saying,
the,
sprinting
can I look at
towards. Go ahead.
Can I look at the Bullywug chieftain and see what his reaction is? Insight on what his reaction is. Is he pleased? Is he fearful? Is he admirable? Is he angry?
He is sleeping.
Well, I'm gonna wake him up.
We're nowhere near the village.
You
currently.
guys are not at the village right now. You guys ran from the village.
Oh, so he's not with us.
Correct.
No.
Do I
Only
see
the
him in the
party
mirror?
and the hags left.
Can I see him in the mirror?
Yes. And, at the moment he's
What's he doing in the mirror?
sleeping.
So this big thing is rampaging around. People are screaming death screams.
No.
and he's sleeping.
And forgive me, this might be my issue. This thing is coming close to the village. It is not in the village yet.
Yeah.
And
It's
is it
making
here?
great-
Can we tell why this thing hasn't already just swallowed these guys?
It's probably already got things in its stomach.
So they're play toys.
Or snacks for later.
Oh, that's true.
Love that. Wonderful.
Kif is a snack.
Oh no, the love of your life.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Well, let's explain to the hags that we need to take this thing down in order for us to go back to the shifting city.
You need to what?
We need
It's
to
a terrible voice.
kill this terrible creature. The creature, the other people in its tentacles are part of our coven.
I see. Are you quite sure about that?
Sadly, yes. Personally, I don't care so much, but I do like to be able to breathe and eat, and if those people die, we may not people continue those practices.
You see, the normal people died. We already have to pay for their deaths. If the people sponsoring us die, then that's kind of an issue.
She sort of looks at you incredulously. I haven't had enough coffee yet. And, the seven of us, there's no chance of it. I mean, we would have to lure it into a trap or something.
Excellent idea.
Or get more, or... poison it, pepper it from a distance with spells, but what can you all do?
Well,
again,
tell the
there's
dragon.
not much my sister and I can do right now.
You can carry the water, I guess. But congratulations. You're coming with us. Let's go. I start poking them with a stick. Move, move, move. Let's go.
Hey, hag friends, how powerful are those herbs you had Janie and help collect?
The poisons and the paralysis, well, they're not very. They need to be refined into potions first.
Oh, so that takes more than 2 minutes, does it?
I'm afraid so.
How far away is the Froghemoth from the village and, travel time and all that jazz?
But now this is a question for you all. You probably made it about 30 minutes out. Judging by the speed at which it is going, it's about 20 minutes out from the village. Are we dropping everything that we're doing right now and running towards the village? Or are we... what are we doing? Are we making our way there in a nonchalant way?
I mean, Jenny would be trying to hurry people.
Shall we just put it to a vote?
I think we shouldn't be, sprinting into it, but we should be rushed into it. Maybe
I think-
because, too fast, I might get threatened kind of deal.
I'm gonna put
Speed
it
walking.
to you like this. You can exert yourself, and you will arrive slightly before the Froghemoth. You can go at a quicker pace, and you'll arrive at the same time, or you can go at your normal pace. Man, I keep on saying pace, and you will arrive slightly behind the Froghemoth,
Okay, so
which I
the
mean,
fr-
several minutes.
Let me get some clarification. So the Froghemoth is heading towards the village.
Yes.
Okay. We are also heading towards the village.
At the moment, we're standing around.
Well, okay, yeah, but we're about a half hour out of the village.
Yes.
Okay. If we go normal speed, we'll get there just after the frog has gotten there.
Yes.
We go fast, will we get exhaustion points?
If you get there before the Froghemoth gets there, like flat out sprinting, you will gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay, then I have a suggestion. Let me go first, because I'm faster than the rest of you. I will warn the village, and you guys get there as soon as you can. I'm not going to be a foolish, brave person and attack this thing on my own, but I can get there faster than you guys.
Warn the village of what?
Of the impending frog.
The village.
That's
the village
the
don't
god.
care. That's
Of
their
the
god.
impending god.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Foghemoth goes there a lot. It just was out hunting.
Yeah.
It lives
Chances
there.
are you'll go there, wake them up, and they'll be like, "Alright, cool."
Yeah.
Okay, that ruined my plan.
Like, even the chieftain has warned us, don't be around when it's here. Our god probably won't tolerate you guys, or he'll just be hungry and eat us.
Well, do we have any reason to get to the village? Do we have any people back there
The village itself, no, but we need
where the
to-
frog is going?
There
Not where it's
already?
going.
Not particularly. Like, I don't know,
Okay.
maybe you really took a fancy to the chief or something, but
So the rest of you, do you think if we warned them, it would actually be to our detriment?
Probably.
I wouldn't say detriment, but it wouldn't be to any advantage. It's literally a moot point. It'd just be a factor of you waking them up.
Well, then I suggest if there's no reason for us to warn the village to put the extra effort in, then let's just go at normal pace so we don't get exhaustion.
Yeah.
But let's go.
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
anyone
yeah.
disagree with that plan?
We might be missing a couple of slaves at the end of the day, but the only other potential problem I see, which is really nothing I can see we can do about it, is I don't think our compatriots that are in the claws of the frog are going to be in one piece by the time we catch up to them. I think they're a lost cause. 20 minutes is a long time to be in the grips of a giant frog without that frog eating you.
Like I said, it may already have a couple of things in its stomach, but is it only Coin that doesn't have Were-Rat that we saw?
Only presumably.
That you saw, yes.
Yeah.
Or there is the other option. Let's just head back to the shifting city and just tell some story about their valiant deaths.
I mean, I feel like the Rat House has some kind of contingency to know when their people die and what kills them. Plus, we might just end up running into that dwarf guy again.
Stromboli, we didn't do it. It was a giant frog monster. That's what you said last time.
I believed you then. Alright. So there's no objections to leaving at a normal pace to get there after the Froghemoth, correct?
Yeah, I think that rat folks are dead, or are good as dead.
Okay.
Again, most of our combats last less than a minute. So if we're 20 minutes out at going hustling, there's just not a prayer.
There's a difference between that 1 minute in combat and 20 minutes of just general travel time, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they're not going to remain in the clutches for 20 minutes. They will be consumed while we're traveling, is basically what I'm saying.
Alright, so...
Which makes me think, why are we even dealing with the frog thing at all? Let's head back to the shifting city.
Because they're our friends.
Do we have anything of value at the shifting city? I mean, not the shifting, at the village.
The main issue is we already told if any of the workers died, we were paying insurance for them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if the rat house die or go missing, we're paying a lot more than that. Not to mention our reputation and standing will greatly decrease if our advisors go missing or die.
I would rather be alive with a bad reputation than dead with a great one.
Yeah, but do you really want to be in like a blood debt with a guild of slavers?
As long as I'm alive, Sounds preferable than the alternative. I will do what the group decides, but that's my vote. Let's just decide quickly. We need to really decide quickly. My vote, screw them. They're dead. Let's get back to the shifting city. But I will follow the majority rule.
Janian's looking really angsty and he really wants to get moving already.
Yep, let's move.
No one gets left behind.
We may be bad guys, but we're not bad guys.
Ohana meets family, and family meets no one gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Oh, I won't forget them. Oh, I shed a tear for them. Yep, they're not forgotten.
Shed all one manly tear.
That's right. Womanly tear, lady.
Womanly tear.
That's right. I'm a woman. I can cry on demand.
Oh.
You getting
I'm married with
flashbacks,
three adult daughters, so I can say that. I put my time.
I mean,
Oh,
you aren't
and,
necessarily wrong, but
What do I say? I live a life of danger.
Oof.
Sorry, Guts.
Just
Oh,
one
yes.
thing, Grim.
Yeah,
Have we felt anything through our connection with Zeush?
you have not.
No.
On that note, if we're taking like a long walk back and presumably some of us are on stuff to travel, can I just scry Zush?
Can you what?
I use the mirror.
It's gonna take a little while for you to do it. And
We have 30 minutes at least.
to remind everyone, and specifically Tadpole and everyone listening in, the last time Zeush was in great danger, was hurt. They received sort of a telepathic link that sort of gave her general direction to the other members.
You mean like a location direction? You're saying,
Yes.
I'm in trouble,
we-
come here?
We were able to track her down.
Mhm.
Are we
using it.
getting that same type of thing now?
You are
It gets
not.
weaker the closer we are, but it's only when she's getting hurt and stuff, and we assume it works. Like,
Looking in
wait.
the mirror,
We,
does it
we
show?
assume that
Go
you
ahead.
wouldn't.
Go ahead.
oh yeah, Tadpole
We
wouldn't
think-
feel it.
Yeah, I
So-
was telling
Go ahead.
Devil Dog is more of an OOC, why everyone is, referring to this ability, but, they would have no idea.
Yeah. So looking in the mirror at this frog thing, is it appear to be just toying with these people? And we're not looking at just a picture. We're actually looking like a movie type of thing, right? A moving.
It's still not there. In order for you
No.
to move...
What's it doing to the things in its hands? Is it? Are they fighting? Are they carrying them and they're unconscious?
They are more or less unconscious at this point. They start to wake up due to their abilities, regeneration, and it sort of slaps it against it, knocking them out.
Slaps their head against a rock on the floor and keep going.
Coin is just flat out.
Yeah, Coin's a dick, though.
You are not entirely sure whether he is living or dead. There's
He is-
Okay, but it's not making an attempt to eat them. It's just carrying them.
correct.
Got it. Well, that does actually add a little incentive to try to. Because I thought my understanding is there was actual battle going on at that moment, and it was just a matter of a minute before they'd be ill and eaten.
And to further explain, with this mirror, you cannot use this mirror while moving. You would have
Okay,
to be
I have-
one or the other. It's, a big...
I have an idea. To the group. So why don't I go ahead, again, utilize my speed, wake up the chieftain, and ask the chieftain, tell him his god is coming, and see if we can get the chieftain to ask the god to leave his little playmates with them. It's worth a try.
If you want to take the risk, feel free to.
Well, trust me, there will be no risk. As soon as I hear thump, thump, thump coming through the trees, I'm out of there until you guys are with me.
I'm okay with that. If anyone else is engaged, we should just definitely keep moving, though.
Or do you think it'd be to our disadvantage to actually wake up the bullywugs at all?
I mean,
Well, they're gonna be awake. They're gonna have sentries. They're gonna be awake.
yeah.
So I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to, because I've got a land speed of 50, so I should make it there before the rest of the group.
Yes.
And I'll intermittently dash, not dash, dash, not dash, to try to avoid any exhaustion. Get there as fast as I can.
Okay.
If everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
We'll try diplomacy.
All right. So you make it to the village.
Okay. All right. I go immediately to the chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
Wake him up if he's asleep.
He is. What is it?
Oh, mighty chieftain. My friends are on their way, but we have amazing magical powers, and we have discerned that this big frog, amazing, beautiful, massive frog creature, which I think may be your deity, is coming this way.
The what?
Okay, I'm trying to. So, do you want me? I'd like to do some insights along the way. So you tell me when you want me to roll them. Okay, Grim.
Insight for what?
To see what the chieftain's, once he starts to understand what's happening, if he's excited, if he's fearful, if he, you know what I mean? Is this a fearful god to him? Is it a benevolent god to him? Is it a god that leaves treats?
He will be wearing his emotions on his sleeves. No worries.
Okay, that's fine. I just want you to know I'm trying to discern that as I explain this, so I know if I need to get out sooner, or if there's a chance that my plan might work.
Is this guy like crazy devout Christian about his God?
Oh, good. Let's start praying.
So I'm trying to explain to him first that his god is approaching. And what is he?
He's shocked. He's panicked. He turns to the other shaman who happens to be in the hut with him. Raise the alarm! Make some noise! Do something now! Get everyone up!
Okay, are they making preparations for battle or preparations to, be prostrate to worship type of thing? Is it, we have company coming, let's clean the house really quick type of thing? Or is it, invaders are coming, grab your weapons?
At this point, you don't quite know. And I ask because I need to know if you're hanging around or not. Like, at this point,
you are
because
I can get out of there faster than them, probably. So I will be hanging around because I beat the creature, the frog thing there, by at least a minute or two.
Right. You don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
But the shaman goes outside onto one of the balconies and casts a spell. Storm clouds start to form around him, and lightning bolts start striking the ground in the middle of the village. This
wakey
wakes up people. And people don't really know why they're being woken up, so they all start sort of gathering towards the center in a hurry. The chieftain speaks out and says, "God is coming! We need to prepare! Get the food now!" And people sort of spring into motion. They go out, they start putting out sort of like rugs and things like that in this area right here, and they start just
not preparations for battle,
piling whatever food they happen to have on stock with it, and they're just really whatever they have. They're not holding anything back. Berries, meat, whatever meat was left from the dragonoids that have been cooked up, whatever insects or anything like that, just mountains and mountains of food.
Okay. Then I'm going to take just a moment and explain to the chieftain the situation with our rat people. I'm not going to call them friends because I still don't like them because they made me a slave. But other than that,
Technically, it was the party that made you a slave.
Well, I'm choosing to lay the blame where I choose.
Fair.
And I hate to do this, but I will lay out my 380 pounds of fish as well in my bag of
Okay.
holding. Asking the chieftain if he thinks this will help. Or does
Yes,
this thing
please,
involve
but
fish?
you have to get out of here. If it sees someone it doesn't understand or doesn't know, you'd be the first who would try to grab.
Okay, I explained he's got a couple of the other guys with him. Is there any way we could get those guys free? Is there a way you can appeal to your god to take this stuff instead of these very bony, foul-tasting creatures he already has in its grasps?
He looks at you and he is more terrified than anything of your suggestion that he go against his god. If he's bringing things back, they'll be fine for a while, but we can't go against something like that.
That's what I needed to know. They'll be fine for a while. Stall them as much as you can, and great witches will be yours. We're not, but do what you can do. Thank you. And I take off and hightail it back to my group.
Stall him? What?
Just do it. You're as if your life depended on it, because it does. And I take off back to my group.
As you are leaving, attempt to locate the token. You notice the Froghemoth approaching from the south. Oh, I cannot
I'm
talk
going to the north. That I am going to the north. Up and around.
And what are you doing?
I am hiding. I'm trying to be stealthy and hide. So you want me to do a stealth?
Please.
I was afraid you'd say that. All right. Ah, good.
That's a pretty good stealth. And would you actually move your token to where you wish to be?
All right. Well, this
keeping
map's
in
not
mind
big
that
enough 'cause
his
I want it off the
token
map.
is where he is.
All right. Well, then let's just say I'm going. I'm going this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how far you can make me go, and behind some trees.
Like, you
And
can
again-
move where you want to be. If you want to be as far away as possible, you can be as far
away
as
as
possible.
possible. I want to be as far away as possible.
Okay. Like,
I guess. How far can I get? Farthest I can get with getting a semi-clear vision of what's going on. I want to take just a moment. If I think I'm safe enough away that can't be seen or heard, or smelled for that matter, I want to. Are kobolds smelly, by the way? That's a DM
Yes.
call.
yeah, not only is that a DM
don't have
call,
sweat
but that's a
glands.
player call as well. But
Because I
where
would
you
think
are
I'm
right
a more
now-
reptilian. I'm more reptilian. Like the smells would probably be the smells of the swamp.
yeah, I mean, you
You're
But
also
again, I'm
certainly
gonna
got.
make that a DM call on that one.
Okay.
If anything, you would smell overly clean though because of your neurotic
Good
cleaning.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
But then again, overly clean in the wilderness gives you away as much as overly dirty.
Well, I'm not smelling like lemon cleaner. Okay.
Lemon pledge.
I think
right.
I think a swamp would more or less cover you though. Like
Yeah. Just making sure. I don't smell like those stinky humans that have those sweat glands under their armpits. It's amazing I can even endure your company.
Excuse me.
what?
So
was
yeah,
that?
so I'm going to take just a moment and try to see what happens when the god, their quote unquote god, gets there and how he reacts. Being prepared to dash, do whatever I need to do to get away.
So,
Matter of fact, to be even more safe, I sure the chieftain saw which way I was going. I'm going to then go off to the side so I'm not in the direction the chieftain saw me go.
okay.
I mean, yeah, that motherfucker might just sell us out.
I'm going to roll a dice. I do not know if you can see it or not. Oh.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's never good to hear.
So you can see
I hope you're not
from
emotionally attached to this character.
where you are, the Froghemoth. It comes into the village. It's sort of a very lazy, lumbering gait, but, you know, it kind of chews through the terrain at the same time. It obviously does not have said terrain penalties. It comes into the village, and it's just sort of grunting and croaking at the top of its lungs. It's smelling around. It's got these sort of weird 3 eyes in a group on top of its head, like eye stalks, and they're just sort of wildly looking in all directions. It's got these 4 creatures held unconscious in its limbs. And it looks around, and it grunts and something, and it goes over to the nearest sort of treetop hut, and it pushes it over. And then it seems to notice the mound of food, and it goes over to it, and it sort of gorges itself on its food. And then it begins to push its way to the north.
Leaving the village.
No. But,
Going to
Oh, leaving. Though I'm north.
yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I'm dashing. I am dash away, dash away, dash away. All. I am Santa Claus,
Leader in amongst the trees.
and I do not get hindered by difficult terrain when dashing
Mhm.
because of my unarmored movement, I believe.
It does not seem to follow you.
Okay.
But, and at this point, I assume you're dashing for dear life.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're gone and you're out of the picture. So you meet up with
I'm
the
trying
rest.
to go. Yeah, I'm going to the group and explain what happened.
And you meet up with the rest of the party a little ways away from the village itself. As it was moving through the village, it was paying no regard for anything or anyone in its way. The bullywugs were doing a fairly good job of staying out of its way, but if 1 or 2 happened to get in its way, it would just be lashed out of the side, thrown as hard as it can against a tree or whatever, with predictable results.
Okay.
Predictably predictable.
Frog mushed.
It was predictable.
And we are just outside the village now. And it is inside the village. So I'm just going to delete its token. Bloop.
Well, I'm not going to re-explain everything because everybody heard what was going on, but basically I'm going to fill them in.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. We were outside the village. What happened, Tadpole?
Oh, shut up.
So now that we're stopped outside the village, can I try to scry Zoosh?
You can.
And I do though. What do my magic eyes see, Grim?
What do they see? You see Zoosh. You're not entirely sure where she is. But, you know, you sort of... remote control camera the mirror around, as it were. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I pan it.
There you go. That's a much better way of putting it. And
Zoom in,
wherever-
enhance cliche.
Huh?
Zoom in, enhance cliche.
You see that she is with Moss, and that wherever they are, and you can't quite pinpoint exactly unless you spend some time doing it, they are following this trail of where this Froghemoth was, because they were very bullet like in the fact that trees were something that if it's in its way is a minor
Not in its way.
inconvenience rather than something to be
obstacle.
stepped around. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so new idea. We meet up with the powerful droid we hired and Zersh to increase our numbers.
Well, they shouldn't be too far off.
Yeah, they've been following it.
They should just be like around the corner.
Sounds like a great idea.
Mhm.
The more people attacking it, the less chance it's going to hit me.
Indeed. So, if that's Moss and Zersh, and we see all the named people we know, and the Froghemoth's tendrils, right? There's no named person we're missing?
Well, I mean,
I think
technically there are 10 of them missing.
Of the
yeah.
walkers?
I think we got 10 slaves.
They were not necessarily slaves, but yes.
Well, anyone we care about is accounted for.
Oof. I mean,
Wow,
you're
yeah.
not wrong, but
We don't know what they're going to cost us yet.
well, actually, you know exactly what they're going to cost you.
Yeah, was it a few hundred per head or something?
It was about
was it?
300, I believe.
Per head?
Oh, okay.
So that's 3,000 gold.
I thought that was just the normal payment.
No, it was 100 gold to hire them for the month, and the death fees are 300
Per or total?
per.
Okay, yeah. So, I have an idea. I have a quick solution. We just need to get the people off of the tendrils. And Tadpole, you need to make a sacrifice of money and
What?
convenience.
I'm all ears.
I take out my bag and I point at it.
Okay.
You know what happens if you put two of these inside of each other?
No.
You cut out.
Boom.
Okay. And what's that to do with me?
Well, you have another one. We need two. You have one, I have one.
And
But
we're
it's a
lucky, aren't we?
sacrifice.
Yes, but I'm just saying, if we can get the rat folk out of its and the asshole bugbear out of its tendrils and get them away, we can just have someone or something kamikaze the shit out of the Froghemoth, and it'll be not a problem.
And who do you propose will be the kamikaze? Whatever that means.
The expendable goddamn skeletons.
Will the expendable skeleton be willing to do this? Won't it expend the expendable? If it's a big enough
know-
boom.
Oh no, the skeleton, whichever one we use is gonna be gone. Unless it somehow finds its way back to another fucking plane of existence, then it's gone.
What does the rest of the group think of this? What does the skeleton think of this?
The skeleton,
I mean,
named Gary,
I
gives
kind-
a thumbs up.
I kind of want to see a Froghemoth get popped out of existence to the astral plane. That'd be kind of badass.
It would.
Let's
But we also
open a
need to
black
figure
hole.
out a way to save our friends.
Now,
Well, that's
Grim,
what he's saying. Get them away first, and that's a factor of we run up and attack the shit out of it.
Now, why don't we do the boom as a last resort?
because if we just need to get the people away, Grim. Now I remember we talked about this. Remember what I was asking? Jimmy Grim, you there?
I'm here.
Now that we've verified it, it's eaten no one that's important yet. You know, because fuck this, the workers that have no names. We just need to get the people out of its tendrils. And as long as they're not eaten yet, a banishment would work, right? Theoretically.
Maybe.
Maybe. If it doesn't, we have a minute to set up like 10 attacks on it when it comes back, so I think either or we're in a good shape, you know what I mean? The thing is, we just have to carry everything back by hand.
Man, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
It's sneezing, guys, quick, kill it.
No, it didn't come.
Oh.
Well, I say the boom is the last resort. Let's see if maybe we can do a couple rounds and see if this thing, how much this thing bleeds.
Okay, but let's put the meat shields before us first.
Oh, absolutely. Did we get in touch with? Well, we're gonna make in touch with the druid and the other group first.
Yeah, let's them first.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, we're gonna go around and follow the path of destruction back, looking out for Moss and Zoo.
Okay.
And I shall be on my dragon.
Would you look at the time?
What time is it? Is it 5 o'clock?
It's 4:22.
Oh, there you go.
It's okay to have It's okay to have a code at 4:22 because 4:22 is 4:22.
What?
I don't know.
I think it's. Yeah.
All right, so you had to where Zoosh and Moss were. They've been traveling steadily and are pretty much on the outskirts. Zoosh is not terrible at the stealthy things. Moss is good at them. Zoosh is not very observant, so she most certainly does not notices you. However, Moss does. When she sees you, they sort of dip back a little bit, they wave to you, and they call you over.
Okay.
Well, not exactly call, but certainly motion to you. Did you see it?
Yep.
Was he...
They're in its tentacles still.
But still...
The rat folk kept breaking up and they just kept kind of hitting them. He hasn't moved from the few times we've seen though. But presumably you both don't have a regenerative factor like the rat folk do.
Hardly.
He's limp, but we can't tell at the point. On the bright side, I think I know someone that can raise dead if you have the money for it.
It's hard to tell with Zixchill, but the druid gives you a very flat look.
Hey, the giant frog monster was not expected. But we definitely should go kill it.
Kill it?
We have an idea. Do you have a bag of holding?
No.
Well, you have to make the sacrifice, Tadpole. We'll buy you
Portable
two.
hole?
We'll buy you two. Probably.
That might work, but you've seen the thing, how strong it is. What if it just pulls itself away?
That's why you drop a skeleton down its stomach with 2 bags of holding and hope it goes boom from the inside.
Why don't we have the stomach or the skeleton hold my? Let's do what we did with the bullets or whatever, and take my movable rod and stick it down its gullet.
That too.
It may be heavy enough to just move.
But hey, so Moss, for the sake of battle tactics, what kind of spells do you have at the moment?
Well, as battle goes, I can call lightning 3 times today.
That is helpful.
Barkskin, Spike Growth, Thunderwave.
So I'm thinking you do that, so because it's from my 25 Arcana, and presumably we've talked about it before. We know it's weak to lightning, but it's resistant, which is weird.
You know, it's sort of weak to lightning.
It has a debuff to lightning, but it's resistant to its debuff. I don't know. I don't understand. Fucking it's so weird.
I'd like to ask Guts. So, is what they tell me true? You can't be killed?
To a certain extent. I mean, I can, but usually what happens when because I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't got no flesh on me. I got no veins.
Really?
So, yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
Completely
yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really out there. That's my professional opinion. But
Well,
what I
it's
learned,
held
what
by
I
me
do
as
is
well,
at least
yes.
I don't know precisely how it works. I'm still kind of figure that out. But I find when I get like, I don't even want to call it health because that's like contradictory.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
what
yes.
happens when I get low, I can just disassemble myself, just fall into a pile.
Okay.
I'm still technically undead, but I'm not dead.
So if we can get this thing to swallow you, and then just kind of, pardon the uncouth way of saying that, have it pass you through. If you could leave this, immovable rod in its gut, it could do a lot of damage before we started our attack. So if we maybe strapped a bunch of fish and meat to your outside of you, just like hung some hams all around your neck, give you a bell for you to ring, try to get it to swallow you.
The thing is, I think something that big has, probably a large digestive system. Do we really want to put the most squishiest person inside of there?
Well, she's not going to be alive, or she's not going to die, and she could probably do some damage inside as well.
I'll go in.
Yeah.
My
said
armor might help against any acids or anything like that, and I might be able to crawl out afterwards.
Well, if somebody wants to do it, I'm willing to.
Give me out of character. Give me a sec to check how that would work.
You'd be taking constant damage inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take constant damage and you're restrained, but
And blinded.
you can tickle its throat and stuff to make it vomit shit back out. So yeah, I'm just gonna stab the shit out of it.
Because I'm thinking, if that immovable rod, even though it's got to make a 30 strength check, it's not like the outside and it's holding something and it's pushing against it with his hand. It's got soft tissue on the inside. Now this is a DM call. If we were able to get an immovable rod inside of him, would it be a disadvantage 30 strength check? Because it's not like hands and skin and bone that's pushing it. It's his stomach tissue. You ever try to push something with your stomach? Grim?
I'm going to say no on that one.
Ah,
Because,
okay.
I mean, it's still, using its legs to try to push. It's not pushing with its stomach, It's
No. I know, but it's the thing is actually pushing against the stomach. It's not
yeah.
his legs moving his bulk. I mean, sure call. You're the DM.
Okay,
I'm not going to argue
Grim.
it. I just
Grim.
want to throw it out there.
Grim, have you ever seen Aliens?
Well, sure. I've got a passing familiarity with it.
Did you ask?
Just a little bit.
Did you ask her if he's ever seen Aliens?
We belong to a community with another game focused around the aliens, and I'm the head manager of the community. So
you've never seen it, is what you're saying. Okay.
No.
Where to start?
Yeah, nah, not once. Not even a second of any of them.
What is a xenomorph?
But no, continue with what you were saying, Andrew.
So also, because let me stop you guys right here, because we're getting into this idea of, will this work, Grim? And, I'm not going to tell you if it's going to work,
Yeah.
It's not how the
No,
game.
I understand.
I
No, I
understand.
If
It's
the movable
free
rod,
will,
if he makes the
see what
save, he
works.
can only move 10 feet. They can only move the rod 10 feet at a time. So even then, he's going to be severely. If he's able to push it, he wouldn't be able to push it very far each time. So that would
Yeah.
hinder its mobility quite a bit.
But another thing we need to factor in is how big actually is it? Because if it weighs more than 8,000 pounds, it may just make the immovable rod not work and not even need the strength.
And I know how. Yeah. What is this? What is the size
Huge.
dynamic?
It's huge. Yeah.
Like, so is it like a?
It's a huge monstrosity.
How tall is huge?
Okay, yeah. So the movable rod thing won't work. Too bad.
And another idea, Tadpole. Darkness. You can cast darkness.
Yes, I can.
Its fucking head. Just where the tendrils are, get that tendril, stab it, put darkness on. Try to blind it as much as we can. I don't know.
I guess the question is, are we going to fight this thing?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and make the. Let's try to get at least a surprise attack against it.
Rick, are you
Should
ready
we-
to throw me?
Should we prepare the bags of holding just in case?
So who's going to deliver the bag?
One of the
Who's gonna do the-
skeletons. No, the
Oh,
four
not-
skeletons I have around all the time.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah. What do you think I was talking
Alright.
about, Gut?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about guts.
No, I'm talking about the millions of undead we have behind
That's
me.
true. All right, so I'm going to start pulling out everything out of my bag of holding, which is a huge, huge, huge pile of stuff.
Zush, watch this. So I'm gonna give Zush the stone, by the way, that leads back to the city.
Ah, yep.
I'm going to summon my water elemental right before we go into combat. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to summon the water elemental right before we go into combat.
Yeah, save it for like your first turn or something. Just so you get the most use out of it, and we don't know if it's going to be noisy or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab your bag of holding now if it's empty. I'm gonna empty mine out into the pile. Tell Zush to guard it. Here's the stone. If we die, take as much as you can carry and run where the stone tells you to.
I'm keeping the magic stuff on my body. That was
Yeah.
in my bag.
So I have the bag of holdings. I have my own stuff out. If you can, Janian, the first time you get a hit on, try to banish it. If that might get the people free, then we can just save any unnecessary deaths and just
I
say
mean, it'll probably just send them with it.
what if it does that though? We still have, a whole 10 turns to set up a group attack. Either way, it's good for us.
It's one turn.
Is it one turn?
Yeah, it only vanishes until the start of its next turn.
Well, then we still have one
Or
turn
end of its
let
next
the
turn.
meat shield surround it, so it can't move. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking more if we try and bait it a little bit, use the grasping arrow first, and then save the vanishing arrow for if
Yeah.
we need.
Let's set up an
Just-
ambush. Let's set up an ambush, and I'll be the bait.
It's gone into its cave, so we might be able to lure it out,
It's in
and
the
then
cave?
it may even come out without
It went
them
into a
in
cave?
its tendrils anyway.
Is this
Well,
not
that's what
cave
it looked
burning?
like.
Huh?
Was that a cave that it went to? The big hole
You
in the-
guys are seeing it a little bit, but presumably.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or meta-ing
Oh.
it a little bit.
I know there was a cave at all.
Well, didn't Tadpole see? And didn't Tadpole tell us?
I did not hear anything about a cave on this.
Yeah, I
thought
didn't hear
just
anything
went to,
about a
like, the
cave.
trees.
Tadpole
Ah,
didn't.
I don't know anything about
Tadpole was running away at, top
Ah.
speed.
I didn't think there was any solid land anywhere. I thought it was all floating, like a floating island type thing.
Wow.
No, I thought Tadpole saw the cave and everything.
No, I didn't see any cave.
I don't even know if it was a cave. It was like a whole thing that it was.
Well, let's find a place to ambush it. So let's look around. Can we do like a nature check and look for a good place for an ambush?
You can. When you're looking for an ambush for something that pushes down trees, what exactly are you looking for?
Well, we have something that we can. Enough of us can hide behind until we're into the center of that area. We understand it's probably knocked down the trees, but an area that, if it's lured in properly, it'll.
Well, like I'm asking, are you looking for more of a flat location, more of a location with a lot more cover, or because that's what I don't quite get. You know, what exactly? Because typically when you're looking for an ambush thing, you'd probably look for a place
Cover.
with more cover. Yeah.
Yeah, cover. A place with more cover. And where we can lead it, where then we can have it surrounded and attack it from all angles.
Yeah, you could find something like that without too much issue.
All right.
Trees are pretty plentiful.
All right.
Cannot
Let's lead it
talk.
here and let's give it a go. We ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yep.
Can I get
Okay.
a map, Grim? I need to set up my battle formations.
Well, we're kind of jumping ahead.
We must get
Because
the perfect formation to jump it and steal its babies. I don't know.
you get to the city village. And it's in kind of disarray. People are going to and fro here and there. Lots of wounded, lots of buildings that have been pushed down, knocked over, all that junk. And there are, well, frankly, way less of these bullywugs than we have noticed previously. But there is no sight of the Froghemoth.
I'm gonna call, I'm trying to find one of the shamans, whatever, that know what's going on.
You can find them without much trouble, working on healing the wounded.
Hey, where's everybody?
Eaten.
Okay. How many spells you got left?
What?
How many spells you got left?
Why would I tell you?
I'd like to put you to good use.
What?
So, let me get this straight. Every time it comes back, you'll panic, you try to, feed it. It knocks down your
Now's not
homes
the
and it
time for
kills your-
this. Can't you see?
Okay, fair enough. Just stay out of the way then.
What?
We're gonna kill it.
We're killing you.
What?
God. It attacked our people. It has to die now.
Yeah, why are you so surprised?
He sort of just gestures around him at the carnage and destruction that there is. The bodies, the broken homes, the uprooted trees, and all that.
And imagine, you've seen us kill dragons. You were going to kill a hydra too. Imagine if you had our help trying to kill your god.
For the record, they didn't see you kill dragons. They saw the aftermath, but...
Weird flex, but okay.
Well, this thing should be pretty easy to follow. We just ask it what direction to go. It should be obvious. Big old path of destruction.
Oh yeah.
He sort of clams up when you ask
No,
where
I'm not
it went.
saying you have to fight it. I'm just saying either stay out of the way, or if you have any reserves of potions or healing, just, hand them
Maybe
over
there's
from the side.
something you should talk to the chief about.
Okay, is he alive still? Where's he at?
It sort of thumbs him over to the main.
Is he alive still, or did he die like a bitch too?
Okay, let's go find the chieftain. To the chiefy chief.
So, sure, he actually would not be inside, but he would be outside. He is attempting to organize things in some way, shape, or form.
Hey, chiefy,
What?
What if we told you?
What are you doing here? This god going to eat you.
What if we told you you never had to deal with this again? Your people would no longer be trampled and killed, your homes wouldn't be destroyed, no one would be eaten alive.
Go on.
You see, you sent us to kill the Hydra. We've killed dragons, and we're probably gonna go back for the Hydra, depending on how this goes. You can move with us. You'll have homes out of stone, food all you can eat, no giant monsters.
More sales pitches?
No. We're gonna go kill your god.
What?
It took our people. It killed our people.
What?
You sent us to kill a Hydra. You've seen us bring back dead dragons who are now rambling around on their own. If you have any potions of magic, feel free to contribute. Otherwise, stay out of the way.
Fine. You want to say something nice at your funeral?
Please, on my tombstone, if you have those here, please put, we'll be back in 10 years. Just to spook people out, okay?
Can you just say that I died trying to fight a god?
Sure, we remember you all very fondly.
Did it eat the other people in its tendrils that when it came in, or are they still in the tendrils when it left? Chieftain.
I don't know.
Now, I know you're in a state of panic, but do you have any... I know there's herbs around here that are poison and paralysis and stuff like that. We have some. We don't need to be fined. Would you be able to, help us out with that? And I'll make a persuasion for the sake of it. 23. This way, if we die, we're dead. If we succeed, you don't have to deal with this anymore.
Man, I am getting pinned every 30
Win-win.
seconds
Okay.
right now
Let's do this.
Discord.
Let's do this.
This means you're popular, Grim.
No, it just means Sam's full of little
Right,
bitches.
I'll ping you too, don't worry. Hold on.
Like, I don't know what happened, but something has
Whoa.
happened.
Okay, so I suggest we set up our ambush, and then I will lure the thing back.
Oh, man. Huh.
Yes.
So,
Potions, poisons. Stuff to help us.
Crota is not a fan of the way you are talking to him. With you demanding everything, yada yada yada, why don't you go kill yourselves fighting our god, and all that. But at the same time, he realizes you've done a lot of good things for him, or have been working on it. Okay. He's certainly not going to offer you any aid at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want out of character. We don't want our slaves to die more than they have already.
So everybody
Out of
on board? We're
What
gonna.
is he able to spare for our stupid journey?
Okay.
Remember, you alive?
I'm alive.
I just hear chair squeaking, so I assume something
Oh,
happened.
that's actually not me.
Oh, okay.
For once, it's not my chair squeaking.
That was mine.
My
Well-
chair is all metal, so it sort of cries when it squeaks.
Let's go kill a god.
Yeah. So can we get a why don't we get in like an empty map here, and we can place our tokens where we're at, so we can lure the thing in.
Got anything
try to-
with some ruins?
Well, that's sort of the crux of the issue here, is that as it went to the village, it has presumably, because we all know that it's happened already, so there's no reason to hide it, has gone into sort of a cave that happens to be in the middle of all of the grove of, we're just going to call them hanging trees.
Well, let's do this.
Like, it went
I've got a
into the
couple-
village, but did not come out of the village.
Place some nice food by its front.
Is there room between the trees that somebody could walk without getting hit by the trees to get up to the entrance?
They got about a 10-foot reach from their token.
Okay, yeah, so there's plenty of room then. Well, let's try this. Let's set up the ambush outside. I'll get a bell. I've got a bell in my bag of holding that is now piled on the floor. And I will make a bunch of noise and then run back and try to draw it out.
Alright.
All right, so, like, at this point, we need tokens on the board. We'll start putting them around somewhere around here.
Okay, I whistle. And my spoders come out from the treetops. The good little spoders.
I have 3 hunting traps. I'm going to put them out in the middle of where we think that we're going to try to lure the thing to. Had 3 hunting traps, so throwing that out there as
Like
well.
note, we sent Zush to guard the bag stuff out of the village.
You are?
Yeah, Zush isn't there.
Oh, I missed that.
How do I
do we
make
not,
this token?
why do
change?
we not have Zush for this? Zush
So she doesn't get eaten alive?
Zush
And plus, we need someone
has
to go.
animate object.
Okay.
Although
We
not
want to be-
full control over it, for the record.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
far
I
as you all
only
know.
even used it once.
Yeah, she's only used it the once, to your knowledge.
Oh yeah, but she's been practicing it. She needs to be able to refine it.
I mean, I'm good either way. Like, you don't gotta convince me, you know?
Grimmy Grim, can you make the 3 tokens in a triangle the right size?
How are you animating all of these large things?
Large cost
Yeah.
2 to control.
Huh?
Those large cost 2 to control. When we took them with us when we left, that's an easy way to carry them. Why is this boy big? What the hell?
Overweight.
I guess he's a fat skeleton.
How are you reanimating a decapitated, completely
chunky
butchered
boy.
corpse?
And, like, you've got the Kuthric and all that, so you're using 2 level
All my
3s.
slots.
So you're using all of your slots for this.
All my level 3s. So 3 level 3s. Bye bye.
Alright.
I mean, it's not like Fireball does good damage against it.
And my water elemental, put him out there.
Even half damage fireball does a fuckload
Didn't I
of
give you a
damage.
thing for the water
Oh,
elemental?
did you? Let me check.
I may not have. I meant to, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Okay.
Okay.
Things happen.
Okay, so I will try to drag.
Oh,
Okay,
now
there's
I
no-
can't even see it.
Right there.
Yeah, and in my list.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know. I'm not worried about too much as long as you can have access to the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And we're going to try to lure him here. Is that right?
I guess.
Or do we want to be sit like this then?
And like I said, I am putting down my 300 traps. They probably won't do squat, but you never know.
Where do you want to put it?
I'm assuming like
will-
bear traps, you know, the
Mhm.
claw
That's
traps.
what I figured. Just ping where you want me to put them.
I don't know. Just ding. No, hold on. You know, there, and there.
You ping too fast.
Just pick 3 close in relative
Okay.
proximity to each other. So I know where they're at so I can avoid them.
All right. Well, you can see them, right?
Yeah, again, the little white things. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're pulling all the stops on this one, guys. And I'm telling my watermelon to go down into the water and just come up when it's time so they can't really be seen because he can go in the water underneath.
Jag. All the trees are like correct placement, eh?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Really grim. Did the chief submit to my bitching at all?
What?
Did he give us anything?
No.
Okay. We'll kill him later.
Can I climb that tree? Like, get as high as possible?
Sure.
Yeah, Guts may want to move.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
Clickety clack, Guts, get in my sack.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where should I move to? Where's it coming from?
The hole between the trees.
Presumably.
Here. I'm
right
sorry.
Yeah, you might
Yeah,
all
I'm a
want to
move.
get behind the meat shields, actually.
Yeah.
Also, we have to kill the Kruthik, because that thing's gonna... I used the supposed to raise 3, everything else is being controlled. The Kruthik, that has like, I don't know, 8 hours before it decides to kill us all in no sleep. So yeah, kill the Kruthik. Kruthik goes first.
So as you are setting up, and I'm not actually meaning to drag this tree, it just sort of, dragged.
The tree moved, kill it, kill the tree. Yeah,
The treant.
Pretty much everyone in the village, has gathered towards the outskirts. They're a little bit further than they actually are, but as I mentioned, whenever I drag something, I drag a tree too.
Remember, Rick, first turn, drink that fucking potion, dear God, please. Ah. The
How long
magic,
does it last for?
an hour,
Wait,
I think.
no,
Pretty sure
I
it's an
won't.
hour.
I won't climb this tree then, because actually thinking about it, chances are it's not going to get close enough to
You
jump.
can just
on.
have Rick drop you in his mouth.
Yeah, I'll just get thrown by Rick at some point.
I like it.
Well, he can easily do it, especially with a fire giant.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
25.
God, I'm just gonna get rid of these trees.
The trees are moving. Are they
Yeah, but
helping
with
us?
a fire giant strength, I don't
Are
the
think
tree
it's
ants-
gonna
Are
throw
the
you
tree ants
straight
coming
at
to
the
help us
fucking-
like in Lord of the Rings, Grim?
Maybe.
And back
I'm
back
just
you
gonna
at
literally be.
The
Hey,
ants are
handful.
going to war.
The white-robed wizard told us you were coming. Oh god, it's Saruman. Oh god. Oh no, it's Gandalf. Yay, he's not dead.
Are we all happy with where we are?
No, I want to be in a jacuzzi with 4 other female kobolds, but this
Yeah,
is
Grim. Where's the jacuzzi?
Yeah, we
Grim?
all can't have what we want.
Well, we haven't
right.
gone to the jacuzzi plane yet.
Goddamn. I'm
Then
flying
yes,
on the
I'm
fucking
fine.
dragon.
Next month on the Shifting City.
How much can 25 pounds lift? That's my question. Rick, can you lift the crucifix up and throw it at him?
So I am going to try to lure that thing here.
So,
Just so everybody knows, this is where I'm going to try to lure him.
you pulled out your bell and you're sort of frantically ringing it.
Well, I'm going to get closer to ring it. Oh, no, I guess I'll ring it here, see what happens first. I got 2 bells, and I'm going to yell, I'm a fat, helpless cow. Come and eat me. Ring, 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 ring.
It does not seem to attract its attention.
Okay, well, I'm going to get to the edge. I will stealth to the edge, let's put it that way.
Yeah, all right, let's grab that stealth check.
If you insist.
All right.
One thing I'm good at, take a listen and take a peek.
You take a peek inside after I roll.
Captain, incoming message.
And then the Enterprise shows up to help us out.
It does make me chuckle every time. So inside the cave, which is really the only sizable hunk of rock you guys have seen this entire thing, playing thus far. It's dark. You can see in it fairly well, as well, you know, you're a kobold and all that. But it appears to be some sort of burrow or something. You can see inside of it, deep inside, probably about 60 feet, so just basically on the edge of your night vision. The cave goes on further. You see it, the Froghemoth, sort of resting, and you see the crumpled bodies of 3 of the people. All along the back wall of the cave, you see sort of bumpy yet very slimy outcroppings of circles. They look like eggs. If you had to guess, though, because I don't want you guys to get too excited, you would guess that they would not be eggs from the Froghemoth. They're certainly the wrong size for that.
Okay. I do have a signal whistle as well, so I've got the signal whistle in my mouth, I guess. All right, I'm going to start blowing that whistle, and I've got 2 bells, 1 in each hand. Ring, ring, ring.
Cobalt phone. Doo-doo.
That's right. Captain, incoming message. Wake up, you fat frog.
It hears you. And
Okay.
it
I
didn't
take
like
off.
it.
The moment its eyes wake up, I am dashing. And I get to dash at full speed because of my mobile feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink that potion
the-
if it comes out and starts walking towards.
Oh my god.
Hey, can we all prepare range actions if we're in distance of it?
The moment I saw its first eye open, I dashed.
I hate tokens. The cave is now right there for whatever reason.
Oh god, the
because
cave's a
I
tree
hate
ant.
tokens.
He's taking the cave with him.
There you go. Woo!
So we're gonna get cover, I guess, right?
Oh my god.
And is this thing walking or is it jumping like a frog?
Combination of both. When you saw it before, it was more of a walking type dealio. But when it sees you, it springs up very quickly. And it shouts, "No disturb!"
Go to hell!
What? And it comes out of the tunnel, more or less maddened. Let us
I'm gonna drink that potion.
open up the turn. Let us roll for initiative. Make
Do you
sure
want me to roll a
select
separate initiative for my water elemental or use a mine initiative?
yours.
Okay.
Oh, I need to keep more skeletons and less undead. Holy shit.
Beautiful. I rolled a 1.
The dice god is already looking favorably upon
I
us.
believe they call that off.
And somebody. Oh wait, never mind. Somebody being me will roll for Moss. Although her initiative sucks.
But she can call lightning and heal us. That's the important part.
Can she heal you?
God damn it, she's a combat druid. I mean, hey, she has more spells to kill stuff with then, right? Wow, I rolled 5s like all about. Look at me.
Using those loaded dice there.
Grim, I'd like to change these dice out for the pink one. It's not the black one.
Sure, if you can change your dice out, I can change mine out.
All the loaded 20s. 1 second.
Well, we're all
Has everybody
changing
rolled?
dice
I'm going
out.
to sort
Yep.
then. Okay.
Oh, spiders. Spiders. Thank you. Reminding me. Oh, the sheets aren't connected. What the hell? I'll fix those sheets later. But it was a spider roll. Wow, I rolled all below 10.
All right, so at the top of the order is Tadpole. Which Tadpole are you, Tadpole?
Is there more than one? Okay, that one. I'm standing in the middle of my traps, trying to make sure he comes that direction. As soon as I'm sure he's coming that direction, I'm going to run behind my water elemental. And then as soon as I see him get where the traps are, well, I can't really do anything because that's what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, he's about right here where he is. He's on the surface. He's
Well, then
lumbering.
I will go ahead and shoot. I will shoot with my bow.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take 2 shots with him.
Those both hit.
Okay. And I do not get sneak attack. So, because there's nobody next to him.
Mm-hmm. Guts, it is your turn.
All right, let me check and see how.
Oh, then I'm going to move. Also my turn. I'm going to move back here.
I'm gonna.
Moss is definitely not
No.
going to be in the front like this either.
I'm gonna move to right here. Let me check. I don't think I have any spells that can reach that far.
Play a song, give us inspiration.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
105
yes.
feet.
And then note, you all should have inspiration from the last meal too. I don't think anyone used those.
Yeah.
I
I think
actually
I would
did
like
use
to-
mine.
Yeah. I was going to say,
Well,
I
I
know
would like
one
to
person
pull out
used
my.
it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I was the only one. Though.
Best.
Who's
Good
within? Who's currently closest to be engaged with the behemoth?
Rick, Jania,
Rick.
Truthic.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Rick, because you're kind of the heavy hitter, I'm gonna. Well, let's see. I'm gonna pull out my mallets and play a rousing version of. What's a good one?
It's not easy being green.
It's not easy being green on my xylophone ribs.
Oh.
Really? Really? You didn't go with Jeremiah was a
It ain't
bullfrog.
easy being green.
Even I'm blue.
You will get bardic inspiration.
All right.
Which one is Bardic Inspiration? Is it
Yeah, it's 1d6, I think.
D4?
1d6.
The Kuthric.
Truthic is gonna scream like crazy undead Truthic. Get close and then shoot at it.
Okay.
Meat shields deploy. Pew and oh, he actually got 1 hit in. I'm surprised. A 17 hits it, right? Dear
Yes.
God, please. Okay.
Imagine not being able to hit the side of a barn.
Right? It's the green barn, not a red one. I was confused, okay?
Well, it would hit it, but it wouldn't pierce it.
Wouldn't penetrate it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it takes poison damage.
For 6 more damage. I'm so glad we had all these meat shields we killed before to help us in this battle.
Amazing.
I'm gonna
Actually,
change
it's a very good idea.
I'm gonna change the skeletons after this, get some zombies and like plate mail, and just have like a meat wall and archers, you know? Archers are OP, man.
So Moss is going to cast Barkskin. Oh, also, for the record, these guys are not up here either.
On that note, I have a question. All the people in its cave now, or is it still holding them all?
I'm sorry?
The people in its tendrils, are they in the cave, or is it holding them still?
Well, they are certainly not holding them now.
But there could be one eaten. Because we only saw 3 of them.
And will Barkskin herself.
Barkskin is nice.
And
Like,
that is her
better
turn.
mage armor.
Janian.
I will start with a
Fuck off my spike.
that.
That's a hit.
It's the slash. Oh no, because it hasn't moved yet.
When it moves.
When it moves, and then I will. For my second attack. That's the other boomerang though, so it's a 13.
It's actually a 13.
Yeah,
That
'cause it's the
does
silver
not
one.
hit.
so I recatch the boomerang, and then 10, 20. I finally have 30 movement speed.
Aren't you so happy now? It's a shame we're gonna die in 2 rounds. And then the
And
Farkemoth casts the meteor.
that's my turn.
A spider's turn.
The spider forward. Skeleton, I need to check the fucking range. Oh. Okay, so it's 80 feet for regular and 320 is long range disadvantage? Is that what that is? Or is it
I have no idea what
Yes.
you are referring
range is
to.
2 distances? Which 2 is which?
The first one is normal attack, and then the second one is you can fire up to that with disadvantage.
Okay.
So if it's like 60-300, then up to 60 feet you get a normal attack. Between 60 and 300 feet it's a disadvantage.
Okay. The fire line moves forward and it aims. Pew, pew, miss, hit, miss. 1 hit, I think.
1 hit.
Yay, 10 damage.
The boulets. More bullets.
I don't know how they move. Give me a second. They can jump.
Oh, and I gotta use the restroom. I'm so sorry.
much How much
When it
coffee
hits
did you
you-
drink?
you-
Grant? How much coffee? Goddamn. By the way,
I mean, to be fair, that's why I had to use the bathroom earlier.
I'm the only one not drinking coffee. I'm just drinking.
I'm not drinking coffee. I have never drunk
Ye-
coffee in my life.
I like
I've
it.
just
but
got some
Have you-
rah.
energy drink.
Have you seen that where it's like me drinking one black iced coffee in my booty hole, and then it's some girl dancing in front of this weird wave effect? It's really funny.
Another note: I put a song in Discord. I like to think of it as a good fit for the party because it's like standing and it's like bleeding heart, but you're also evil as shit. Kind of comes off as to me. When anyone wants a cool battle song to listen to. Imagine Dragons is okay. I like them.
I like that one song they did like with the weird neon effects. They're not weird ones. They're ones.
What do you know which one it was from? I don't know the albums that well.
I think it's rather new.
Okay, I think I know you're talking. I haven't seen the music videos of that one.
Yeah, it's like one of their singles, I think.
Yeah, okay. Okay, they have.
Rick, can
We were
you fly?
discussing battle music.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
fly?
jump forward.
Yeah.
Was it you that got the flying?
I
Yeah.
can
Do
fly.
you still have potions of healing?
Maybe the ointment. I don't know what the hell the
No.
ointment.
No.
By the way, Grim,
Um,
we never. You're supposed to usually roll for the ointment. How many ointments did we get?
The ointment?
Oh, the ointment. We got in the treasure from like the dragon or something.
How many?
Yeah, it's
You
like
just got one.
yeah,
or, like,
but it
one
has
dose.
like 1d4 plus
Yeah,
1
the-
dose. Then we
This
use
last
1
jar of
dose.
3 inches diameter contains 1d4 plus 1 doses of a thick mixture. You want us to just roll for it? Or
Sure.
we got 3 uses.
All right, Rick, it is
We've
your
got
turn.
2 left. Rick, take the ointment, fly to the cave, and heal the fuckers.
I
I mean, I could do that, but like, you guys need some tank.
I'm gonna keep it occupied then. 20 AC. Might last a bit longer then. And you'll be only a turn or 2.
Yeah, it'll take me at least like 2 turns to get to the cave.
Grim, please keep Discord.
I do believe that they'll be fine for now. I think we can take this down and then go heal them.
Well, I'm thinking more cavalry. If we can get them standing and fighting again, that's another.
Pretty sure it eat one of them, though. I just hope it's not fucking coin. He dead.
I kind of hope it's coin. I don't
So
want
what are you doing,
losing
Rick?
Deciding whether I'm going to fly towards the hole or start attacking. But yeah, I will actually take Janian's advice. Who actually has the ointment?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Make a decision before you take your first turn, because or else it would be just at the party loot back where we dumped everything. But I'm assuming we would have bought things like this in preparation for a big battle.
Like, I hear you, but you didn't actually prepare for this kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Damn it!
And I gave
Okay.
you guys like
we didn't specifically
every
say we were
opportunity to prepare.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rick, since
Yeah.
we're just fucking this thing up, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, I think we all know what's about to happen now. I'm a rage.
Yeah.
So now I could just run up into melee with him, but
Kill
for
it.
the time being, I'm gonna come up next to Janian and throw a couple of javelins at it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, this is not a moment for throwing a Janian at it.
Those hit. I forget. Do you actually get the rage bonus on ranged?
I mean, he does have the
That
giant
is a good
potion
question.
too, so I think he has like
Um,
+1 or +2 at least.
They can just bang it. In battle, you fight with
Melee. Okay.
disadvantage.
So you do not.
No, you don't.
All right.
That's
The wormlings.
Yeah, I'm just flying at the moment. He's gonna move a bit closer, where the dragons are. I mean, the skeletons are carrying me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my one spell that can actually fucking hit it and not take reduced damage.
Right. So Adrian, it's you.
Yeah. Level 2 magic missile. Yeah.
Pew pew.
For 7, 12, 16, 10.
All right. The black skeleton. The young one, I presume, just is there.
The one that's kind of just chilling in the back. Shield moves.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Each shield moves forward.
Oh, right. I missed out which one was the young, and I got you.
I think they might have been.
No, you're right.
Yeah, one's before me, and one's after me. So moving either way.
So you've done some pretty considerable damage to the thing so far, but on the start of its turn, a lot of the wounds that it has sustained close magically.
Ooh.
It is going to attempt to hit both Rick and Janian with 2 tentacles attacks. First, the one against Janian, because he's on top. And then the one against Rick.
It's a miss for me. Poor Rick.
Half of that, of course.
9 damage.
And you are grappled.
Bet it's missing a tentacle now.
And on the bottom of its turn, the two... Well, not the two, but all of the hanging trees begin to spring into action.
Uh-oh.
And while these two, I will roll for initiative. I did not mean to roll twice. So that one's actually supposed to be a 19.
Why would you live near these fucking trees, dear God?
Because they're a good source of food.
They're dumb.
The one will attack. First Janian and then Rick.
Oh. Ouch.
I'm sure those both.
+9 to hit. Mama.
And Tadpole, it is your turn.
Okay, my water elemental has a 90 water speed and a 30 land speed. Can it go underwater and swim up to it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it's going to do. It's going to do an attack. Can it stay out of range of the trees?
That depends on you and your placement. Right there is out of range
Yeah.
of the trees.
Okay, then it will take 2 slam attacks.
Excuse me. That's 1 hit.
Okay, and I will move. Let's see here. There we go. I'll move there. I think that's where it was. And I will shoot twice with my bow. And I have advantage now. And sneak attack on one of those. So they should be both hits with an additional 2.
With advantage, yes.
Yeah. Because of pack tactics.
So 20 in total. Oh my god.
And if there's a rock or a tree, felled tree, I'm going to duck behind it.
There aren't particularly at this point.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Guts.
Alrighty. Check and see. I'm always forgetting how far I can move. I can move.
At the start of your turn, Guts, the two hags sort of whisper to you, Don't be silly, dearie. Let the other ones do the work."
Yeah, that would be the easy thing to do, wouldn't it? Then I'm gonna bound. I'm not gonna get much closer, obviously, because I'm very, very weak. I'm very squishy. Let me see whether or not the behemoth is within 60 feet of me.
You're at 70 feet.
Ah!
You're in 60 feet of one of the trees? I don't know if that...
Alright, and the trees... the trees are attacking us, aren't they?
Yes.
Alright, well then I... Can trees hear?
Ah! In D&D, yes? I suppose. I mean, they certainly sense in some way. They probably don't, like, hear in the
Hear as we
traditional
do?
sense. Yeah.
Alright, well...
Your
In
leaves
that
are purple.
case, I would
Don't
like...
waste slots on a tree.
I'm not wasting slots, though.
Ah.
So I'm gonna pull out my, my violin, or my fiddle,
It's the
and I
same
am
thing.
going... I know, well, the difference is the way you play them.
It's
But
just the
I'm going to-
attitude.
Yeah. And I am going to unleash Lamentful Fugue, which isn't really a spell, but...
What does it do?
What do it do?
I can instill feelings of remorse and sadness in listeners. It's a bonus action. So
It's a weeping willow.
yeah, I want to make it a weeping willow. It'll be a... What's the saddest song you think you ever heard?
Gloomy Sunday.
Pain by Johnny Cash.
Sorry,
A boy named Sue.
Hurt,
That,
Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Yep.
Yeah,
by Johnny
Cash.
Cash, that one?
That's
A boy
depressing.
named Sue.
I don't know. It hurts pretty sad.
Anyways,
I
that is
still
beside the
I still
point.
think the Hungarian
Yell it.
suicide song.
I mean, yes. I will play a very mournful rendition of "Hurt" by Johnny Cash,
Yeah,
by
make
Sir Jonathan Cash, Jonathan Money.
He is a depressing man. Is he? I think he's dead.
So, as an aside, for me, Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton always does it for me.
There we go.
Yeah.
It would have been a critical had you done Tears in Heaven. There we go.
I didn't say
Well,
by any
remind
means
me
or
next
artists.
time. I'll make a note. Tears in Heaven.
God, that song. The Hive Lord.
I was like, oh shit, boy, trees. Get up in there. This is token tree. There we go. He had 10-foot range this entire time.
Those are misses.
Yeah, I figured. Hey, Moss, you got something for trees?
Moss's turn. God.
Rick, you gotta use that magic thing.
I probably would if I could use a reaction or action.
Like, even though she just cast a concentration spell, she would probably cast Call Lightning.
Well, I mean, it could take quarter damage.
completely ruin the other one. Dexterity save. DC 10. Well,
And it fails.
it
Wow.
fails. Janian, it is your turn.
I just have a question. Are the trees like only acting reactionary, or do they actually count as creatures? Like, do I have to actually disengage?
They do
to not
actually
pick-
count as creatures at this point.
Oh my
While
God.
they were not hostile to begin with, you know.
Yes. All the same, I suppose. Oh, of course. I'm going to use. No, I just want to. 20 feet of movement to get there. I'm gonna use my action to slap 2 attacks on it.
So if you're
And
moving
then-
that far past it, you will take a opportunity attack from the tree.
How long does a disengage action last for then?
Well, the disengage action lasts your entire turn, but it's an action. It's not a bonus unless you have a feat.
Unless you
for it.
vote.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have a feat for it.
Okay.
Oh.
Disregard.
Well, seeing as it lasts my entire turn, I'll use it at the start then. So I'll use my bonus action there. So I move there, take 2 attacks, and then I use my action surge as well
Mm-hmm.
to use a dash action to continue dashing past towards the cave.
Okay. So those are all hits.
And that's my turn.
The spiders. Didn't you start using a token for those spiders?
I don't know.
Yeah, you even. Oh. That's...
Yeah, that's what happened. I can't change it, so I have a token set, but that's what you have by default. You'd have to change it. I can't, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but now it's just jarring.
Yeah, see. Don't delete the other two, because if you delete them, they lose the turn order.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying. Put them on the side somewhere if you want.
Ugh.
Hey.
So we'll just put them
But
in.
yeah,
the
it was
back.
hard as shit to see those things.
Yeah.
Firing line.
Yes, skeletons. That's 2.
Hold on, I popped my thing now. That's 6 plus 7, 13.
For the moment, it gets bloodied.
Pile on! The
Uh,
bullets will now fight their natural enemies, the fucking trees.
zombie boulets.
It's at 10-foot range,
Mm-hmm.
like here.
Yes.
Jump forward. Jump over here. Wreck.
Indeed.
I'm gonna try and break free of his grapple.
Okay. It is a DC. It's a 16. Mm. You are still grappled.
Is that with your potion?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Me and my dragon gonna fly this way. And that's all the dragon's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try a thing out. Just fucking healing. I want damage. Now I'll try a thing out. Ooh, baby.
Hits, obviously.
Those all hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
16 plus 17. 33 damage.
Okay.
Does it seem to be doing an effect against it? Or...
It is not super effective against it,
Okay.
as it were.
Maybe acid will stop his healing. Let's try both. Big E skeleton. Forward.
Okay. The tree on the top is going to make an attack against Rick and against the Kuthric, starting with Rick.
Owie. Owie.
Of course, that's half rounded down, so only 10. And the one on the bottom is going to make a single attack against Janian. And
What is Janian?
yes, a single attack
I'm
against
going
Janian.
cave. God damn it, that hits.
For 12.
Guts. Heal these.
The Frog Hemoth is going to heal out of its bloodied state. It is going to attack Rick with its tentacle. It is going to pull you closer, Rick. And it is going to attempt to bite and swallow you.
Oh, that's a miss.
But fails. You take... Why is that plus 15? That should not be plus 15.
I think it's because it rolled a crit.
Yeah. It'll be the crit damage.
So it'll
Yes,
just
you're
be the 11.
absolutely right. Yes. And it is going to also attempt to tentacle the Kuthric, as I mentioned. Did I roll that already?
Not for the Kuthik.
Okay,
No.
I rolled the attack, but not the damage.
I didn't see a second tentacle. You doing with the tentacle?
Yes, which...
You only rolled the one tentacle and the bite against strike.
Okay, that's what I was doing. So, second tentacle against the Kuth
Ouchie.
for 18. Tadpole, it is your turn.
Okay. I guess we'll start with the water elemental, taking his 2 attacks.
That's one hit.
Okay. And then I
It is bloodied again.
am going to move up. So it's 35 feet. Okay, that works. So I'm going to move up, hit him 4 times because I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. No, actually, I'm going to do something different. As an... Oh, I hate to do this. As an action on my turn, I'm going to grovel, cower, and beg. So, and then I'm going to risk taking a attack of opportunity and get out of his.
Okay.
Now, if he has he taken an attack of opportunity yet already against
He has
anybody?
not.
Okay, well, I will risk it.
You take one
Yeah.
both from that and from the tree.
Okay, so I didn't stay out of the trees. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so we will do the Froghemoths first, which is a tentacle attack.
That definitely hits. Do I have to grapple check?
Yes.
Okay, so my acrobatics against his athletics.
Well, it's a 16 for it.
Okay,
Because with
so
a
I am
monster, you
grappled.
don't. All right. So you would stay where you are.
I am.
And
Okay.
the tree would make an attack.
And that does not hit.
Okay.
Okay, so I take 11 bludgeoning. Okay.
Guts. Stupid trees.
Stupid tree indeed. Which is why I'm gonna go for him. It. Still not get super close, but just a tiny bit closer.
Now,
And I'm
everybody
going
has
to-
advantage, by the way.
Mhm.
By the way,
I make sure I yell that out. Something to that effect. He's easier to hit.
Your
Hey,
die
Glenn.
rolls give you advantage.
yeah.
That's right.
And we're all just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Are you
Did
okay?
the,
Did you get hit in the
frog-
head?
Did the Froghemoth get hit by lightning before?
It did, and that is a mistake I made, so next turn I will correct
Okay.
that.
Alright. So I'm going to cut my hands around my mouth with a question mark and unleash a string of insults. And I have what I'd like to use for dissonant whispers. I mean, sorry, not dissonant whispers, vicious mock.
Okay.
And my
Wisdom.
insult, I'm going to scream.
Fuck.
Roses are red, your blood is too, you look like a monkey and belong in the zoo. Do not worry, I will be there too. Not in the cage, but laughing at you.
And uno momento, I am getting a phone call.
Just while you're talking about laughing at things, I just went to take a sip from my drink and missed my mouth, pouring it all over the front of myself.
Wonderful. Is it hot?
No, it's
Where's it
juice, but it's gonna be sticky in like 10 minutes or so. It's gonna.
And change your shirt.
Do Tadpole and Rick want to risk a trip to the Feywilds for maybe getting released from its clutches? You either get released or go for a trip to the Feywilds for a turn.
Well, I would rather everybody's got advantage. Let's go one round and let everybody hit with advantage before you send it off to the Feywild.
Yeah, because you don't really want to get him advantage and then make him disappear so no one can benefit.
Alright, well, I'll hold my action till. Oh, he's last in turn, so I'll hold my action till after Adrian.
Alright, I am back.
Once
1d4
it's-
damage, please, Guts.
2d4.
Yes, 2d4.
Two is 4.
Very nice.
Yep. I
The
sure
High
did.
Lord.
No, yeah, they hit S. There you go. 7 damage.
Oh, did you just roll 1 at first? Oh, I see, 2s.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize that
technically she
could
just
actually be-
rolled to.
Yeah.
That's 1.
That's advantage.
Oh, yes, advantage. So that's 2.
Stab.
Moss will call down Another bolt of lignating,
Lignating.
which I believe was actually
Ligaments.
That's what you need, Gat.
I'm perfect the way I am. Thank you very much.
You need some ligament.
which is going
You
to be
need some
centered back on there.
When we get back to the city, can we turn you into a calcium ad? Drink
What?
more.
What?
Wow. Janian, it is your turn.
I am holding my turn till after
Till after what?
Adrian.
Okay. The spiders.
Now, you know, I get advantage on my turn as well. The end of my turn is when it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So much people in the way. Oh, do they have a range? No, it's 5 foot. I said they don't have the web. That's what you said before.
They do not, correct.
Okay, they're gonna stand outside of the range of the trees, wait for people to die before they move. Skeleton is going to attack. Advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck it up. Does that 14 hit?
Yes.
2 of those should hit, though.
18.
All right.
Blood's gonna fuck with the trees now.
Okay.
Fuck you, trees. Oh,
Just trying to actually kill those trees.
I don't think they can hit the trees
Let's
though.
see.
This-
Against the trees?
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
Rick.
Well, let's just see if I can break free of the grapple this time.
Sure do.
Now, I'm never actually sure. Is that my action?
I believe so, but I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Because the only thing that I found about it is creature speed becomes 0. The condition ends if grappler is incapacitated, and the condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature such from the reach of the grappler.
In most cases, I think it is an action. Let me find.
Yeah, we're gonna treat it as an action for now.
But then, for now, I'm just good. We're gonna try and get away.
There you go. Creature grappled by the monster used its action to escape.
All right. Adrian and the Wormling.
I'm gonna hop off the Black Dragon Wormling here, and it's gonna go flying right here-ish.
I mean,
It's
hopping off
gonna-
of it sounds like an action on your turn.
I have it turn over and drop me on the ground, taking fall damage.
No.
Alright, well then, I'll just keep it there then.
Alright.
Go Warhawk. I will never use. Alright, thirds, I've got 2. 2 mage, so. For 17 damage.
Okay.
And then the big black one's gonna
It's my turn.
do it,
is
Janian.
barely hanging on at this point. Like, its eyes are all messed up. There's deep gashes in it.
Do it,
is
Godslayer.
barely barely alive.
Can you be the one?
Fuck it. I'm coming in. I use my bonus action on the way in to pop off my second wind.
Pop off.
Your
So,
second wind
okay.
pops off for 2.
Ooh.
So I get, what level are we? 7?
6.
9.
Oh, that's right. You
Oh,
are
7.
7,
7? Yep.
I believe. Ooh, my foot's asleep.
And then slap at it
That's
twice.
an amazing nickname.
Get the
Please
fuck away from
say-
the trees, goddamn.
Hey, God is down.
Do you end it in any spectacular way?
I run up and just stab it in the back twice, like in its spinal cord. Just because it's only a rapier, you can't do anything too amazing.
Yeah, I mean, sever its head with the rapier.
I just realized I spilled juice all over my keyboard too.
Oh no. All right. So the one on top is going to, the tree on top is going to make an attack against the Boule and against the Kuthrik. First the Boule, second the Kuthrik.
Yeah, that was set.
Phone call, AFK.
Mm-hmm.
So just attack for me.
Okay.
Can the trees follow us?
I wouldn't believe so.
Presumably not.
Let's just fuck off then.
The trees on the bottom going to make an attack against Janian and Tadpole.
Watch as that die to a fucking tree.
Top is Janian.
I still have like
Miss.
3 of those healing potions if you need any.
And I believe that's got to be a miss against Tadpole too.
That
Let me
is,
just
yeah.
check. Okay.
Like they have 14 at least.
Mm-hmm.
God's dead. Hey, Tadpole, go inside and see who's in there.
Yeah, no, that's the first thing I was gonna do.
Any heal?
Do we actually need to kill the trees?
I mean,
I don't.
Any heal?
the trees are going to be attacking you.
I
So
mean,
you need
I'm
to
just
kill
saying,
them?
like,
Probably not.
could we actively just say we're actively avoiding, so we could just say the combat's over, or do we need to keep combat until we're out of range of them?
I straight up got bloodied
You
and
could
wasted a
probably
potion.
avoid them without much issues. Disengage actions and then running away. You can get out of the tree's reach fairly easily. So,
Sake of
presumably,
time.
that's what you would wind up doing.
Yeah, well, first thing after killing it, Jenny is basically just going to start beelining for the cave to see who's left in there.
Okay. So you get into the cave. Shortly after the Froghemoth dies, the trees do sort of return to a calm state, as it were. You go down inside the cave. As I mentioned before, there's these thick, sort of egg-like protrusions against one of the back walls. The tunnel goes down further than than the 60 feet that it looked like it did. You see 3 bodies laying more or less crumpled on the floor, 2 of which are beginning to stir, and a third of which has been heavily damaged. You see Kives, you see Kif, and you see Coin,
Oh god, eaten, oh god.
who happens to be missing both of his legs.
Oof. Jahan goes and checks on Kif. Because Moss is a dick and... Oh, not Moss. Fucking Coin is a dick and Moss is right there to check on her hubby.
Well, actually, technically, you're the dick.
Okay, sorry, what happened?
Saving him. He would have gotten fried.
Oh, it's not my turn yet?
No,
No,
it
finished.
died.
I killed it.
After a bunch of magic missiles, it had 1 HP left. And
Oh, wow.
Janian managed to get in for, the last attack.
30 odd damage and I only needed to do 1.
What
So
happens
you've gone
when
down
you take
into the
their god's
cave.
head to them?
Sorry, what was that?
I heard.
Sky Scar
Thanks,
is eaten.
God's head.
We should check on him.
Kiffin Kives are out of it. They're way out of it. I mean, they're incredibly bloodied and beaten up at this point as well. Were they not magical, inherently magical and regenerating beings, not beings, they would definitely be dead. As it is, they are barely with it, barely coherent at this point. Moss is frantic. She's not much in the way of healer, but she is forcing what looks like good berries inside of Coin.
I'm just gonna say I'm pretty sure Guts would be like expending any spell
Yeah.
slot she needed to stabilize everyone here and everything like that.
Yeah, you're right. I missed where Gut said she had to leave. Man, I'll be back in like 15
How much
seconds.
did
I'm
you
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm low on health too, but we've got people literally on death's door. I say any spell slots get used on
Oh,
them.
yeah. I'm just saying, Grim, I think you need to see a doctor about that coffee thing, man. Damn.
And although Guts said she has healing potions there, I don't feel well using consumable
no.
things when someone's away.
No.
Spell slots is one thing because you get them back.
But let's see what we can extort out of these bollywugs.
No, Tadpole, we're their god now. We get everything.
Woo-hoo!
I mean, I disagree with, there's a lot of undead that's not dead somehow.
Now you gotta get rid of this Kuthrik zombie, right?
Yeah, it's gonna... That's what we're gonna threaten them with, the crew thing. When you fight, they'll probably kill each other. Hoping.
Well, I'm gonna start slaughtering this frog thing.
Save the tentacles and save the eyes, definitely.
Get my bag of holding back, fill it back up.
Yeah.
Oh, we so get a level off that.
We better get a level.
no. What's that?
So we better get a level.
All right, so who is where?
I am in the cave helping to stabilize.
Yeah,
I don't have
Kevin's
magic or
helping
anything,
with the
but
boss.
If you are in the cave, please move your tokens towards the cave, just for
reference.
no reason whatsoever.
No reason. If we just
I'm refilling my bag of
I'd
holding and
probably be
slaughtering the
resting.
frog.
I got pretty.
So you would be some distance away, correct, Tadpole?
Yeah, like I'm getting my stuff, my bag back in my bag of holding, and then slaughtering the frog. Taking as
Well,
much meat as I can.
Because
The
I'm
gear
saying
dump
because you
goes
dropped your
for
stuff
ages
like
away.
a ways away,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want any bullywug going, hey, look at the toys I found.
What does
Rick,
this do?
Oh, Lush has been guarding it.
what you doing?
I'm not sure. I got pretty fucked up. Like, I'd probably go with the group, but, yeah. are pretty fucked up.
Okay, so this is my next question. Because
I am moving here with the hags, presumably, and I'm just gonna float around with all my minions, kind of just huddled.
hags are keeping their distance, man. They don't want nothing to do with it. Here's the thing that I need to ask. And it sucks because she's not here, but where are you guys dividing your healing stuff from Guts?
All spell slots into basically the
Okay.
3 that need them. I guess
Well, just-
what's your HP at?
Have her stabilize them, and that's it. Let's bring them outside. Let them get a long rest. Save the spell slots.
I think Grim has something planned.
Yes,
the
but
sounds
as
of it.
God knowledge, that's God knowledge. Using God knowledge, I would say we know they're going to get healed if they take a long rest. As their gods will tell the Bullywugs, take good care of them, keep them safe.
Guts is usually pretty quick with her slots though as well. Like she just uses them because it's what she does.
We could make it a roll if you would like.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, the party, when the majority goes, I'll go with whatever the majority says. But my suggestion is let's just stabilize them, make them comfortable, outside of the hole, obviously.
I'd say at least one spell slot on Rick though if he's that low.
Yeah.
I've got. I mean.
No. I'm not our party. Heal our party as much as possible. As far as the guys that are barely hanging on, give them a good berry, call it good, let them rest.
Yeah, I'm with him on this one. We don't know what's gonna happen with anything else. The Bullywugs could be happy. They could try to kill us. We don't know.
So what we're going to do, I guess, is we're going to do a 3rd level healing word. Because, that's going to heal up everybody a fair amount. Or decently. Which...
That is another thing I didn't actually know what
I
spells.
don't believe she has a macro
Yes.
set up for. But it's 3d4 plus...
Oh, nice. Yes, well, I'm definitely getting close for that too as well. Then
Plus what? 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Spellcasting modifier, yeah.
So everyone heals for 10.
Sweet. Because I
not terrible.
went
I'm
for fully healed.
roughly half health now.
I need perception checks from everyone.
Including me?
Yeah. No. Actually,
Me?
no.
Well, me.
Yes.
I'm still gonna need to know when it's been an hour from when we started fighting that thing.
Okay. Janian. Let me get one from Guts too, real quick. Hold on. Well, that was worth it. And one from Moss. Fantastic.
15, save me, please.
You sort of poke around for a little bit inside the cave. And you manage to find Skarg. Or at least bits and pieces of Skarg.
No.
He's been pulled apart. And strategically placed inside the cave at these clusters of eggs, it looks like.
I want to break some eggs.
He's pretty much gone.
Take his head.
Is there like torso and head, or like, and just arms and legs taken around, or is it like completely
Torso and head would
eviscerated?
be separate.
Rip Scar?
Well, you did get the torso head or no?
Not together. I mean,
Well, that's it's good enough. We need something.
Kind of want to break the eggs.
Break the eggs, man. Break the eggs.
It could be the Bullywug's young. You don't know that. They get out of the cave of dangerous stuff.
could be, but at the same time, like, it has something to do with the death of Skark, so... I feel like Jenny would, just, yeah, break the eggs.
And that's how we get swarmed by giant fog monsters in the end. But whatever. I'm
What do
outside.
you mean by, like, strategically placed? Like, was it the big thing, obviously?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? I was confused a bit too.
I'm sorry?
What do you mean by strategically placed?
They were
Like,
placed around
there
the
are
eggs,
clusters
like
of
they were
eggs,
for
and it
feeding.
is, yeah, the various body parts are, like, in amidst large clusters of these eggs, you know.
Poor Skark. Oh, I guess at least I avenged him.
Okay.
It's a good thing we know a high level healer that technically owes the safety to us.
Did you get that thing there,
What?
Adrian?
Oh, okay. Yeah, can I do a thing?
You can do a thing.
Everything goes to fucking double tap that bitch. Dear God.
You're gonna what?
Double tap it.
Okay.
Wait, does it look like it's getting up, or is there something coming out of it?
You can't exactly
Perception?
tell.
We'll try not to destroy its stomach content, but I'll definitely bash the head in.
Okay.
So yeah, everything goes to do that.
You're right.
Everything.
So, folks in the cave, what would you like to do? We've sort of gathered up Skarg's head.
Yeah, I'll take Skarg's head. Grab Kif as well. Grab the other two. Is Coin still alive?
Coin is still alive. Missing legs, but not dead.
Oh. Okay.
So that's like Vorpal affected.
I'm like, Vorpal
Well-
implies a clean cut and all that. This
Yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah. But like,
you know.
for the sake of like, he's missing legs and shit.
Yes.
Oh, Rick's probably gonna have to carry him out then.
Yes.
I'll grab Kif and Skarg's head.
They
We
are
could
both
just say he died.
way out of it. They are walking on their own. It's in more of a stumbling thing. They are absolutely exhausted.
Understandable. When we come out of the cave, how are the bullywogs? What are they doing?
They have been sort of looking at you quietly the entire time. Like, even during the entire fight, there wasn't much in the way of action coming from the bullywogs, whether helping them, helping you, or anything like that. When you come up onto the surface again, you notice Adrian and all of his minions, for lack of a better word, are just beating on the corpse of the Froghemoth.
Well, I'm just gonna assume he's doing random necromancy shit.
The moving Silgrim is a dead.
I'm gonna start walking.
What
over
do you do?
The
It was
bully.
moving.
Where's old chieftain? Is he where he is on the map? So I gotta walk
Yes.
past all the bullywogs. Well, in that case, I've got to walk through the middle of them. How do they like try and block me, or do they part
No, not
ways?
particularly. They're, you know,
I mean, I'm not going to be trying
They're
to.
not going to try
move.
and stop the thing that killed their
They're-
god.
Yeah.
but at the
Like,
same
are they-
time, you know, they're not showing a ton of emotion right now.
Well, I will, as I move through them. It's not worth much, but it's not worth anything.
Where
I'll
even
just
is
keep
the king?
moving
I'm
through
not even sure where he is.
But I'm assuming it's him. He's the only named one.
There should be another named one though.
I'd probably
That's
want to go find.
the head
talk to the
shaman.
king.
Oh,
Yeah,
here he is.
there's Crota and there's
Yeah.
His name was just hidden.
But yeah, I was more trying to gauge, like, are they, like, you know, parting ways, or are they just...
I mean, they're not
moving?
like getting in your way. They're not offering much in resistance, but they're not like, hail my heroes, please,
Oh, I wasn't expecting
throwing
hail, but,
flower
like,
petals down onto the ground or anything like that. No.
after your god gets killed, do you really stand in the way of the guy who killed your god?
Right.
But yeah, so I will go.
So, you doubted we could do it. Well, we did it. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Do what?
Kill that thing.
God not dead.
Well, it looks pretty dead, and if it's not, then
H-
he's still working on it.
him God.
At this
You
point,
mean
how
he'll
much?
come back?
He sort of nods his head. Yeah.
Okay, we're destroying the corpse.
Like,
I
nice
mean-
gesture and all. I appreciate it, really do. But not the first time this happened. We try it once. We try it a couple of times. It don't stay.
Oh, how much do they dismember him before?
what about those eggs in the cage, in the hole? Have you destroyed all the eggs
Actually-
before, or are they
actually-
your eggs?
What about the eggs back there?
I
in
was
that
gonna say,
cave?
Rick, I'm not entirely sure if you're
You're
there.
not there, but
I did say that
I
I
would
was going
ask
to
about
come
them.
with him at one. I'm not sure if I pushed to talk though.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I didn't hear
that
it, so
either.
you might not hit it. But okay, you can be there. He sort of looks guilty. Them are eggs. And he sort of comes in real quick. Real close, excuse me. Goes, them your eggs. And he gives you this wink.
Well, that's a fair enough price, baby. Slaves, that's a killing.
Okay. Well, we're probably still going to take and destroy your god's body. Like, has it ever been fully destroyed before?
Pretty well, yeah. Generally, we find best thing to do is leave for a while. Find somewhere else. Maybe when he find us again, he not so angry next time.
Oh, we could maybe bring you with us to our city, and then you wouldn't have to worry about him again if we left the body here. It'd be left on this plane, and the city will be moved from where it is in a couple of weeks.
No, thank you. We like swamp.
Quick out of character moment. Are we giving them a choice?
I mean, it's nice if they think they have one.
Yeah.
Am I back yet?
Yes,
Yes.
Tadpole back yet?
You would be
Um,
back at around this time.
I mean, I'm just asking, but at the same time, I'm about half out. I don't feel comfortable threatening them at the moment when we're so ill prepared.
Since
Yeah,
I've heard
hey.
what they said about the frog thing, I'm going to go back to the
Hey.
frog and see if I can see any signs of it regenerating.
Pretty much constantly, yes. Like, it's not a...
I want to try a thing with it.
Constant is sort of a bad descriptor word, but every so often, yes.
So, Grim, I wanted to pop its head open, okay?
Okay.
and then I want to acid breath the shit out of its skull.
Okay.
It'll regenerate from acid breath 10 times.
Yes.
We could just take the head and we can have a fucking mythocell.
I mean, there is also the fact that it might just be a literal god, and we aren't going to destroy it with anything short of a wish, and we don't have a wish, so we
Yeah,
could
let's let the city worry about it. Let's bring it
we
back
could
to the
just
city.
take our
in pieces.
eggs, cut out.
How many
Well,
eggs are there?
We've got to figure out how to explain that
There's
we
a
lost.
good many eggs. There's around 100. Also, I just want to clarify, though, that he wasn't offering you the eggs right now. The eggs were dependent on the killing the Hydra thing from them.
Why don't we just take them and leave? We have no reason to stay. They
I mean,
can't
they'll
stop
probably
us.
try and stop us from that. Yeah, they probably will
That's a
try.
thing you could try to do.
They probably won't be too happy about that. I mean, we could just, still go fuck up a Hydra as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to come back while this thing is regenerating, or leave this
Yeah,
thing
that's
while
the
this thing is
issue.
regenerating.
Yeah, we need to figure out something to do with it.
They said they were going to be leaving, right?
Pretty much.
Well, we give it a day. And we
And
keep
that
this
certainly
up.
seems to be the plan, rather.
I want to keep the skeletons and... Well, the first they're going to disassemble the crew thick at one point before it turns on us. But everything else is going to be stomping on that frog hemoth
Okay.
constantly.
Well, and I'm slaughtering it, taking the heart and the eyes and putting all in my bag of holding, trying to get as much of this behemoth meat.
You know,
as I
we
can.
could still banish it.
I mean, that's a point. Why don't we just take the frog hemoth's body and sell it as a constant source of food? We just tell whoever we sell it to that it can't be allowed to regenerate to a point it can wake up.
Yeah, I'm sure the city could find a use for it.
Unlimited free meat if you keep it down.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
So
Glad
we
I
have
thought of
the-
it. All
Like,
right.
imagine going from god to literal meat puppet. just a kebab fucking meat wad.
Okay, well let's get this meat source.
If we're gonna do that though, we're basically gonna have to go back to the city now.
Yeah, I think we've done pretty well for ourselves.
You need to make
So
some
we-
sort of thing to carry it, unless you just take the head. I'm assuming the head is the main part, the brain and all that stuff, and just what
If
do we
you
know?
decapitate it, it seems to be regenerating from the largest part.
From the
Into
what?
two.
Largest part, excuse me.
Of the
So
head or the...
we're
Hold
going
on,
to have
let
to
me-
take the entire corpse.
Let me jump in and jump out. My connection is bad.
We're gonna have to take the entire corpse. Figure out a way to move the entire thing.
Yeah, like it's not regenerating specifically from the head. It's regenerating from the largest part, which, if you're
What
just
if
taking
we
the
make-
head, is the
what
rest
if
of the torso.
What if we cut the torso off and keep the head intact?
It'll just keep regenerating from the largest point, and we'll have to keep dealing with the full
Well, I'm saying,
size
why don't we
torso
make
sooner
the
or later.
largest point something we can carry?
Yeah, agreed. Dice it up, take the biggest part with us, and just keep cutting off pieces as we go.
Well, that would be a damn cool.
I mean,
guess
you
so,
could,
yeah.
but this thing is like, 10 tons
We got an army of bullywugs here. Slave labor, right?
that are going to butcher their god for you?
No, just going to be carrying it for us.
They're not coming with us. They don't want to come with us, but if
Oh, they want to come with us once we tell them how awesome the swamps are in the city. I mean,
but
we
they
have
might-
the best, slimiest swamps around in our city. Right?
The druids
wink,
love the swamps.
wink, wink.
Have you not been to the swamps before, Tadpole? They're really nice. Nice
That's
mud
what I
baths.
thought. I mean, lots of fish. It's so hard to see in the water because their fish are so plentiful.
The fish with the tentacles are weird, though. They stare at you. They stare into your soul. It's just weird.
they have 3 eyes.
Yes, I'm going to try to convince them of the amazing swamps we have in our city.
Okay. Let's simplify it down with persuasion.
All right. Not
Yeah,
exactly
Can
my
I help
strong
with
suit.
that?
Sure.
-1.
Let me help with
Oh.
that.
Sure. Maybe
Let me
let Guts help with that.
Oh, yeah, Guts, please help. Can we just kill the chief and take them hostage? Does that matter that much?
Yeah, they don't have to be willing slaves.
I'm pretty sure we'd have to kill the majority of them.
Their
Maybe.
plan is to go as far away as possible.
So they won't be here when we stay here and we take the eggs with us, right?
One can assume they would probably be taking their children's eggs with them.
How many are alive still? How many are alive still?
of the
Bullywug
eggs?
left. No, of bullywugs.
Oh, more or
Looks
less
like
what you
about
see.
20.
Someone make
So
a count.
somewhere from 20 to 30. Estimate.
Okay.
So too many.
Well, we can always just kill the bullywugs and take the eggs.
There's a lot of them. I don't have any AoE spells left.
Around about the
Can
amount
we
the
convince them to
chieftain
help
said he
us
would
rest
give
today?
us.
We'll keep the guard from regenerating if they will, let us rest while and our friends need, to stay. They can't move. I try to convince them to give us a day while we keep the god from resurrecting.
With an 8? Nah.
Nah.
All right. Well, and they say it comes back in a day or so. When does it say it can regenerate?
When does what?
When
After
does
a
they say
while.
it should come back alive?
Well, when you ask him on it, if you're not constantly doing something to do it, it'll regenerate quickly, like within an hour or so.
And the
Easy.
undead are keeping at it.
We take a normal long rest, but we just have twice as many guards on each rest, and one of the guards is constantly stabbing the fuck out of it.
Well, the
And you
undead are
just
doing
take-
that. The undead don't need to sleep.
Still think it's probably a good idea for one of us to do a regular watch then. I like that idea.
Oh, we definitely need a regular walk.
Yeah, let's take a long rest. Have the undead slaves just keep pounding on the body. The other person to keep watch. Get a long rest in. And then either go for the Hydra or head back to the city. I think we're to that point.
Yeah.
I think it's a factor of we go for the Hydra if we're not taking the god. If we're taking the god, then we'd go straight back to the city and we just sort out some way to transport this.
Well, I can think of a way. I cannot think of a way to get this bullywug or this god back because it's so big.
All the bullets have
Yeah, you've got a lot of undead right
Yeah.
now. You
We
could
can
take some
just
time out. You
rip
could
the
build
fuck out of
something. It would just be slow going.
That's fine. We'll just have somebody
And,
standing on top,
I mean,
pounding
we've
on it
still
the whole
got
time.
we've still got a week or so to get back to the city as well. How long do we have?
It is. It is now probably around midday or so on the 14th day.
we have
Yeah,
plenty
let's
of
head-
time.
Oh yeah, we have heaps of time to head back. So yeah, we can just basically hitch it up to the Bulays and have them drag it.
Yep.
And then just
That's
have
a great idea.
someone walking behind it, stabbing it constantly.
Well, the
Yeah, I'll just-
skeletons can stab it constantly.
I'll just sit on it. I'll take a ride and I'll just play and carve my name in it and
Just keep butchering it.
yep, taking off flesh, filling my
I'll
bag with
create a
holding.
goblin warren inside of it.
What was that last one?
I'll make a goblin warren inside of it.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
To live in it. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to my home.
Regenerates. You want a piece?
This is the newest slave. We're gonna bring him back. Their newest slave. Good luck taming it.
God damn.
These bullywugs are gonna
Oh,
be like,
by the way, as soon as possible, I cast Preservation on Skarg's corpse and I put him in my bag of holding.
Skug's corpse,
You
Skug's
gather
piece.
everything.
I mean, I just need the head and torso, realistically.
Have you got a sewing kit? You could stitch them back together and resurrect them.
Frankenstorch.
Yeah. By the way, I tell Moss, I have a friend that could fix his legs if you're inclined. She owes us.
She owes you.
I don't
No.
think she owes anyone, dude.
Scav, we saved Scav from wandering an eternal desert. She owes us.
I'm pretty sure Scav does not see it like that.
So I did ask her
Scav
if she would give
Scav
some
came
time.
because she wanted to.
Yeah, fair enough. But if
I'm just
you never-
saying, me is more likely to help us.
Yeah, but that's kind of harder to get to.
Poor me.
Yeah. And I miss.
So then, are we agreed? We just hook up to the and drag
Yep.
it back. Start the trip back now.
Oh, not now. We need a long rest.
Well,
One
no,
way or the
yeah,
other.
after the long rest. But I'm saying, as soon as we're rested up,
You know, you'd need
Yep.
a long rest. You'd probably need a day or so to construct something that won't break under its weight and all that. And then
Yep.
you could probably start heading back.
yeah, I think it's
It's
safe because we'll probably hit some hitches along the way. So I think it's safe to say we just probably
Still 15 days
do
to get
that.
back.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, but it's going to
So
be very
just
slow
taking the
going.
What was that, Rick?
Are we
What's
just
that?
taking the god back?
I think that's the plan at this point.
I assume all my fish that I laid out for the sacrifice got eaten.
I'm afraid
Like
so.
300. Too bad.
Well, as you guys are going about your... Well, at this point, you're just resting. But the Bullywogs are pretty much ransacking what they can of the village. Excuse me. Not wild about grabbing things like food, but they are gathering whatever possessions they can easily carry. And they are serious about leaving the area as quickly as possible with as much that is irreplaceable as possible. And frankly, there isn't a lot that is irreplaceable to them.
Let's loot the place when they leave.
But
Yeah.
they do go down and they would grab the eggs.
That's fine. I was going to say, say to them if they have any resistance that we'll trade the god for their eggs or the deal. We take god and they can keep their kids.
No, don't tell them we're taking God. They might be offended.
Okay,
Well, they could just
hold
ask
on. What?
I don't know.
Oh no, that was only if like they had any, like actually came to us and said, you know, like don't worry about the Hydra, we're taking the kids and shit. Imagine using your
We
children.
weren't
as
gonna worry
bargaining
about the
tools.
Hydra anyway.
You've still lost me.
Doesn't matter.
Like
what
they're grabbing the children at this point. Like to them, like the Hydra bet, it's off.
Ah, okay, so it doesn't matter anyway. That's
Yeah.
all good.
Okay.
it was off to us.
Oh yeah, I know it was off to us. That's what I was going to say to them if they weren't basically saying it themselves anyway.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Should we
yeah,
try
they
and take a few of them out before they leave?
No. we
gather up
don't
their
need the
eggs, and
eggs.
unless you're attacking them, they disappear into
See,
the
I
wilderness.
really want to, but I'm not going to.
All
We
right.
should totally get rid of the turn order, Grim.
Sorry.
Takes up. Thank you.
Look, my screen is just full of minimized things.
Yeah.
Same. Oh, by the way, the Kruthik's dead now because I can't control it later without a spell.
Okay.
Did
Should I just lop its head off, come back for it? Who knows? Leave it here.
So we have a plan, which right now consists of building a god-carrying
Big sled.
contraption, and then heading back to the city with our spoils.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose, as Rick asked, do we level up yet?
At this point, the expedition members Kif, Kives, Coin are still pretty much out of it. Coin has not woken up. Kives and Kif can barely stay conscious.
I assume Rhodey is okay, because I can chuck Coin on her cart.
Say that again?
My mule.
I forgot your mule existed. So, you know.
They would have been at the village the whole time, so.
Yeah, your mule's fine.
Alright, so yeah. Well, I can chuck Coin on the back of her cart.
It would have been fun to kill it off, but I forgot about it, so. And our plan is pretty much to head on back.
Yep.
Okay.
Hydra shows up, we're fireballing it to death, and that's about it.
If the Hydra shows up, we can just fucking leave.
I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to end the session.
Okay.
Because I don't quite have things prepared for the
Trip back.
dragging the god back trip.
Well, we could be prepared. We're just taking a big corpse back, you know. We'll make a big kind of sled, maybe makes, you know what I mean? It just has to be draggable, and then the big 3 undead can drag it. They have a large pull weight.
Yeah.
Maybe a random encounter or two, and we get back, you know what I mean?
Sounds good.
All
I
right.
don't mind calling it early anyway.
Yeah, but we are going to call it a little bit earlier. We're going to call it here. It was a good session. I'm frankly fairly impressed. I mean, this thing was regenerating 50 hit points a turn on its turn.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you didn't even need me to attack it to stop
And it only got
going
2
back
turns
that
of it, yeah. I was really good. I really thought the trees when they joined in too. First of all, I can't believe you guys forgot about the trees.
I didn't forget about them. I just didn't think they would do that much. I forgot they did that much damage.
Yeah.
I thought I was out of the tree's range, and then I couldn't do shit at.
But like, guys, we should harvest the fruits. That's more money right there.
Like we can harvest. Wait, the what?
The tree fruits.
Oh yes, and we can do all that, and we can think about that, and we can do all that next session. Because like I don't have the entire village's party loot figured out or anything like that. Not party loot, but loot. So for now, I think we're gonna end it here. Again, it was a good session.
But yeah, level? Huh? God's dead.
Not out in the wilderness, I don't think.
That makes sense. When we get back.
Yeah. That's generally when I do things. All right. So that's great.
All right.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a good one. And peace out.
Peace out.